Ain't nobody messing with my queens, listen up. You ain't gotta love me, cause I love me. Put a hand up if you in the trenches building confidence, and put a hand up if you need some mending for your heart that's healing. Salute, say you in attendance, this army's relentless. A weekly dose of motivation, give me your attention. This is for all the queens going heal by any means. They chasing our self-esteem, it's not as hard as it seems. Go, go, go queen, go. Ain't nobody messing with my queens, listen up.
Welcome to the All Queens Army podcast. It's your girl, your host, Coach Breezy. I am here today with another dope episode for the queens. Yes, honey, it is a beautiful motivational Monday, and y'all know I am here to motivate the shit out of you, okay? Because that's what I do, y'all. That's what I do, especially on Mondays, because Monday is my favorite day of the week, and you guys know it. I love talking to you, queens. I get so excited every time I get to talk to y'all in my email, in my DMs, and all of that good stuff, y'all. So I can't wait to get into today's topic because it is something that makes me happy. It actually makes me happy to tell y'all how to make yourself happy. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But anyway, it's something that I love to do. I love to talk to you queens about anything positive that's going to help you, that's going to empower yourself, okay? Because that's what the All Queens Army is all about, right? We here to protect y'all minds from the bullshit that life done taught y'all, having y'all sitting up there depending on other people and other things and outside circumstances to make you happy, baby, when you can do it for yourself, okay? So before I jump into today's topic, make sure you subscribe to the All Queens Army podcast. So we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon's Audible app, Google Podcasts, and Facebook, okay, queens? It is time for me to talk to you guys about how to make yourself happy. Finally, let's get into how to make yourself happy. First of all, I want to tell you guys why I thought that this would be a great podcast topic for this week, because I don't want any more of you queens to wait one more goddamn day to be happy. I don't want you waiting any more. Today is the last day that you will wait to be happy, because I'm going to tell you how to make yourself happy so you don't have to put yourself in a situation anymore ever again from this day forward where you're waiting for something to happen or waiting for someone to do something to make you happy, okay? And here's why you should want to make yourself happy and not depend on someone else or something to happen or something to manifest or your next big break or whatever it is that you think is going to be the thing that's going to make you happy or the circumstance that's going to make you happy. I just want to tell you guys why you should not want to be in that situation where you're dependent on something or someone else, and you should take your power back. So the first reason is what I just said, okay? You don't want to give someone else or something else your power. If you are waiting for something to happen, some blessing to come, some mountain to move, some person to do something, if you're waiting for that, if you literally have a perspective that when this thing happens or when this person does this, I'm going to be so elated. Baby, let me tell you something. You are giving your power away. You're giving it to someone else. You're basically saying that if someone else does this thing, it will make me feel this and I will be happy. No. Stop giving your power away, queens. You're making yourself unempowered. You're literally sitting back thinking that someone else or something else can happen that will make you feel the way that you want to feel. So what if this person never does it? Or what if this thing never happens? What, are you just not going to be happy? You're not going to be fulfilled? You're not going to live your purpose? You're not going to get what you want? You're going to live without it? You're going to do without it? No. Bullshit. You don't have to do that, okay? Here's another reason why you should make yourself happy. Because nobody else can. Period. Okay? Now, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you was told. I don't care about none of that. I promise you, no one can make you happy. No one. Your happiness is your job. Your happiness is an inside job. It is something that you have to do for yourself. It is something that you have to own for yourself. No one else can make you happy, and that is on Mary Had a Little Lamb, okay? Nobody else can make you happy, y'all. You have to do it yourself. Now, that probably bopped one of y'all over the head. Y'all probably like, Coach Breezy, no. Certain things make me happy. My kids make me happy. Going to church makes me happy. My job makes me happy. Making money makes me happy. No, it doesn't. No, they do not. They can't make you happy. Nobody can make you something that you aren't already. Here's another reason why you should want to make yourself happy. Remember, queens, I always talk about the law of attraction and and manifestation. If y'all getting tired of it, I'm just telling you, you might not want to listen to the rest of season 4. Period, point blank, okay? Because my job here is to teach you how you can get back in control of your life, and leveraging one of the most powerful universal laws is how you can do it. I'm not saying it's the only way you can do it. I ain't saying it's the end all be all and there's no other option. I'm saying it is the option that worked for me. So it is something that I personally like to share with my queens. Okay. So with that in mind, keeping in mind that we talk about the law of attraction and manifestation, you have to remember that with the law of attraction, you have to become what it is that you want. I said it in the last episode. You attract what you are. You don't attract what you want. You attract the same energy that you're giving off. Think of a boomerang. What you throw out there is what you're going to get back. So applying that to being happy, if you're not happy, if you're not throwing the boomerang of happiness out into the universe, you're not going to get happiness back. Nothing outside of you can throw back happiness to you. Nothing, unless you're throwing out happiness from yourself. So you have to become happy. And that's why I say back to the second item, no one can make you happy. Nobody can do that job for you. You have to do that job yourself. You have to make yourself happy. If you make yourself happy, you learn how to find your own happiness. You start giving off happy vibes, happy energy, happy vibrations. Naturally, you will start to attract more experiences, more things, more people that also make you feel the same way that you make yourself feel. If that doesn't make sense to you guys, you can learn more about the law of attraction through some of the online courses that I've put in that private page of Life Hacks, okay? I can't go too deep into it during this episode because it'll take us off track, okay? Okay, so now that we understand why I wanted to talk about making yourself happy and why you should want to make yourself happy, like the benefits of you doing that and owning that responsibility, now let's talk about exactly how to make yourself happy, because that's probably why y'all are here based on the title of this episode, okay? So let me give you 4 things that you can focus on that you can do to make yourself happy, okay? So the first thing is this: figure yourself out by spending time with yourself, just you and you, one-on-one time, you alone. Queens, it really amazes me how many people don't spend alone time with themselves. There's so many people who are constantly and always surrounded by other people and noise and drama and issues and stuff and shit. There's always something going on around you. There's always someone else's vibrational energy in your space. Queens, for those of you who are always surrounded by things and stuff and people and conversations and social media and television and this and that, all of the noise, that's what I call noise, all of that, please, queens, carve out some time every week to just be alone. To be alone with yourself, to be alone with your thoughts, to be alone with your heart, to be alone with what you're going through, to be alone with who you are or who you've become or your hurts and your pains and your traumas. Hell, let's not make this a negative thing. Be alone with your success. Be alone with your good qualities. Be alone with the dope ass chick that you are. Be alone with your strength. Be alone with your courage. Be alone with your confidence. Be alone with you, period. All of who you are, because that's how you're going to get to know yourself. And how can you make yourself happy if you aren't in touch with who you truly are? I'm not talking about you being in touch with who you pretend to be or who you tell everybody else that you are, or the mask that you put on when you walk out your front door every day to go to your job, to talk to people, to deal with life. I'm not talking about that person. I never am talking about that person. I'm always and only talking to the person deep down in your spirit, in your heart. That person, the person inside of you that press play on this podcast, the person inside of you who loves the All Queens Army, because I speak to your spirit and not your ego. That's who I want you to get to know. I want you to get to know that person deep down inside. Find out what you like, what you love, what you enjoy, what makes you smile, what makes you feel love, what gives you joy, what makes you feel peace. Stop thinking that you just know what you want off the top of your head. Knowing what you want and knowing what makes you happy and knowing what makes you feel good and bad, it actually takes time for you to really understand what those feelings are and why they are there and who you are and why you're that way. That takes intentional time to get to know yourself. So you can't possibly make yourself happy if you're detached from who you really are deep down inside and what you truly want. See, a lot of us watch so much TV and see so much social social media, we see snippets of other people's relationships or snippets of other people's lives or television that is curated content that is not real life. And we start thinking that the things that we see that make someone else happy will make us happy. Oh gosh, yes, honey, he bought her 12 dozen flowers. That is so cute. I want someone to buy me 12 dozen flowers. Why? Do you even like flowers? I mean, seriously. Now, if you get to know yourself and you just know you love flowers, then that's a different story. But what I'm saying is, what I observe is that so many of you think you know what makes you happy or think you know what makes you tick. But those are just surface level things that you think because it's what you saw someone else experience, or you saw how it gave someone else joy, or you saw how it made someone else happy. So you think those are the things that make you happy because that's what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is wearing matching PJs. Everybody else's boo is buying them a Birkin bag. Get the hell out of here. Is that what's going to make you happy? Are those the things that make you smile? Is that what wakes you up in the morning feeling excited to live another day? Come on, guys, get to know yourself. Spend some time with yourself. And if you have to, start writing this stuff down. Remember, I love journaling. So y'all know, baby, I'm a journal queen. I'm going to tell you to journal it all the time. All the time. Okay, so here's the second thing that you want to do. Once you know what makes you happy, like once you do number one and you know what makes you happy, you know what makes you feel joy, you know what makes you smile, what makes you feel love, what gives you peace. Once you know those things, then start doing them for yourself. Everything that you expect or want someone else to do, don't even worry about somebody else doing it. Do it yourself. Now, listen, let me be clear. I know a lot of my queens are super duper 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 independent women and have no problem with this particular stuff, okay? Because this part, once I really understood this, once I learned this, baby, I ain't had no problem doing it for myself. The thing about it is we just have to learn to stop expecting it from outside things and outside people. That's what we have to unlearn because that's what we were taught. That's what life teaches you. That's what our parents taught us. I mean, they ain't teach us that on purpose. It's just what they knew. Perception of life and what's going on is based off of what you see happening on the outside of you. But that's not really what life is. Life is all about what's happening on the inside of you. Who you are, who you've become, your attitude, the way you think, the way you move, your perception, your knowledge, your emotional well-being. Everything that's happening on side of you is really what's creating what's happening outside of you. So once you get to know yourself and you understand what makes you feel what you want to feel and what makes you happy, start doing those things for yourself. Take yourself out on a date. If what you've learned about yourself is that you love to be wined and dined at very fancy restaurants and get real dressed up and look good, baby, do it. Go. Don't wait for somebody to take you. Don't wait for an invite. Attack life. Go after it. Life happens fast. So if that's something that makes you feel good, get dressed. Make that reservation and go sit down and eat. Period. Take yourself out. Buy that bottle of wine. Cross your legs at that table. Dine, honey. Enjoy it. Live. If that's something that makes you happy. If you love flowers like me, I love flowers. Once I realized that flowers just make me happy, just seeing them, cutting them and putting them in water and decorating my bouquets for my dining room table and for my kitchen and for my family room makes me feel so much joy. I can't explain it. It just makes me feel joy. Once I learned to make myself happy, I go buy myself flowers like every 2 weeks. I don't demand that my husband buy me flowers because before we got married, I was buying my own damn flowers anyway. Now, when he does it, it's extra special. It's super cute. I totally appreciate it, but I don't demand it. I don't need to put pressure on him to make him feel like he has to do it. I don't, because I can do it myself, because that's what makes me happy. So when he does it, it's an added benefit. So that's what you want to do. Start doing things for yourself that makes you happy. You like shopping. You want a man to buy you this or buy you that, or you want somebody to get you gift cards, or you just want to go out and spend a bag and blow some money or whatever, pop the tags, throw it in the bag, take yourself shopping. And again, my apologies. This isn't about man or woman or anything like that. I'm just saying whatever it is that you like, whatever makes you feel special, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel bigged up, do it for yourself. Like I said, you don't have to depend on someone else or make it their job to do something that makes you happy, okay? There's nothing wrong with you doing it for yourself. And here's the thing. When you do it for yourself, when when you make yourself happy, you actually are showing other people how to treat you. You're showing other people what to do to make you happy if that's what they want to do. So that's why I say things like, when my husband buys flowers, he doesn't buy them regularly, but it doesn't matter because if I want them, I'm going to buy them for myself. And since he sees me buying flowers for myself, he knows that if he wants to make me feel special, he wants to make me feel happy, flowers is a good way to go because I appreciate them. So again, it's an added benefit, okay? So let's go on to number 3. The third thing that you can do to make yourself happy, okay? You can identify some of your personal flaws and areas of improvement in your life that make you feel less than or insecure. That last part is the key. Everybody has areas in their lives that make them feel insecure about themselves. Flaws, shortcomings, just things that we know that we need to be doing or want to do, or things about ourselves that we want to improve. Everybody has those areas of their lives. I don't care what anybody says, we all do. So one of the ways that you can make yourself happy is to actually start working on one or some of those areas of your life. This is also known as working on improving yourself and your self-esteem. See, a lot of people don't understand why they lack confidence or why they lack self-esteem. The reason why people lack confidence and self-esteem, which directly ties into your ability to make yourself happy and truthfully the ability for anyone else to make you happy. Because if you're insecure, if you have a ton of self-esteem or confidence issues, nobody else can make you happy and you can't make yourself happy either. And the reason why that happens is because there's something that you're not doing for yourself. For example, I'm just going to use weight as an example and I'm going to make it a very personal thing so that don't nobody feel attacked or feel like I'm talking about weight, y'all. Baby, I'm talking about myself. I have had an insecurity with my weight for years upon years upon years. So certain situations will bring out my weight insecurities. The reason why I sometimes struggle with my weight and it's become an insecurity in a place that, sometimes my confidence is a little rocked or whatever. The reason why that happens is because of my inaction or my inconsistency with taking care of my weight. Period. It is all on me. If I was actually consistently doing what I needed to do to manage my weight or to get my weight to a place that I would feel more comfortable, then I wouldn't feel insecure and I wouldn't have a self-esteem issue in regards to that situation. So because I'm not consistently taking action on my own weight that I personally don't love, then what happens is I am not going to be 100% happy with my physical appearance. And on top of that, because I'm not 100% happy with my physical appearance, no one else can make me happy with it either. It doesn't matter how many times my husband tells me I'm beautiful or I'm sexy or he thinks I'm perfect the way I am. I will not receive that or feel happiness from those compliments because I don't believe it myself. And that's what a lot of people do. Insecurities, issues, self-esteem problems, lack of confidence in certain areas of our lives steal our happiness and steal our joy. But they're there because in those areas of our lives, we are neglecting doing something about how we feel. We're not taking action. Or if we are taking action, we're not consistent. Some people actually go so far as to lack accountability in these areas of their lives, meaning they start trying to make it someone else's responsibility to make them happy about their insecurity or their lack of confidence or their low self-esteem. And that's why I put this in here as one of the things that you can do to make yourself happier. Because remember, this is all about empowering ourselves, taking our power back and not giving someone else the power to give us happiness or not. You have to work on yourself. This is a self-inflicted thing. Now, I'm not saying that we need to be beating ourselves up about our shortcomings or our flaws or our opportunities for improvement or our insecurities. No, don't do that, because once you resolve one, another one is going to be standing right behind it for you to work on. You're always going to be a work in progress every day to the day you die. You will never find perfection in who you are. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I want you queens to understand that you have to own your own self-improvement. You cannot start looking for other people to make you feel good and happy and valued and justified in who you are because you don't feel that way. So the way to fix that is for you to start working on it. What I see so many people do, and this is actually a big thing that's happening in our society right now, is everybody wants other people to curve how they feel and what they say to make them feel comfortable. The bottom line is, if you feel good about yourself and you feel comfortable about yourself and your identity and who you are and what you do, honey, you wouldn't be worried about other people curving how they feel to accommodate elevate you because you feel good about who you are. And that's the work. That's all that really matters. You can't control other people. You can't make people do what you want them to do. You can't make people or life or circumstances give you what you want to have. You have to own it and give it to yourself. So for example, if you feel a little insecure about, let's say, your credit, like me, if you feel a little insecure about your weight, let's say you feel a little insecure about your finances, like your money situation isn't where you want it to be. Let's say you feel a little weird about your job. You're not as advanced as you feel like you should be at this point of your career. Let's say you didn't start that business and you've been kind of wanting to start it and beating yourself up because you've been procrastinating and you haven't gotten yourself where you need to be as far as starting your business. Let's just say it's something that you want to learn. You want to learn a new skill. You want to do a new thing. All I'm telling you guys is that if you start investing your time in improving yourself and growing in some of the areas that you want to grow in, because remember, this part of the conversation is very, very personal. Only you know some of the things that you want to do better or you want to have better. Only you know if your savings account isn't where you want it to be. Somebody else's saving account goal might be $1 million. Yours might be 10,000 or even 1,000. And that's okay. All three are okay. It's a very personal experience, okay? Only you know the areas of your life that you feel unfulfilled or you feel like you're not giving as much as you need to give or you feel like you want to be in a different space. So if that's the case, then focus on those things and stop focusing on other people doing things to make you happy or other situations manifesting to make you happy or some blessing falling down from the sky to make you happy. Stop looking outside of you and start looking inside of you and put in some work and work on self-improvement, okay? Okay, here's the fourth and final thing that you can do. And I touched on it a little bit already, but this one is all about self-care and mental and emotional wellness protection. Now, queens, y'all know I talk about this all the time, but your happiness is contingent upon your ability to take care of yourself. I don't have to tell you guys what self-care is. You already know, and I've talked about it like a gazillion times, okay? But what self-care, mental and emotional wellness protection means is that you have to do self-care for yourself and you have to ensure that you are protecting your mental and emotional wellness, okay? Now, how do you do that? You create boundaries and you enforce them. You communicate. We talked about communication and the importance of communication like 2 episodes ago. I need you queens to understand that communication is the foundation of boundaries and enforcing them. If you lack communication skills or you just choose not to communicate for whatever reason, you will not be able to protect your emotional and mental well-being. I'm telling you, because you're not going to be able to tell people when they have crossed your line, when they have crossed a boundary. The only way that you can do that is to communicate, okay? So the last thing for self-care, mental and emotional wellness protection is self-reflection. Y'all already knew I was going to say that. It ain't no getting around it. Every episode, it all goes back to self-reflection at the end of the day. And the reason for that is, remember in the very first tip that I gave you on how to make yourself happy, where I said, figure yourself out by spending time with yourself. That whole part of the discussion that we just had was truly nothing but self-reflection. I'm pretty sure you guys recognized it. But self-reflection is the most powerful thing. I will never stop talking about it. I will never stop suggesting it as a tool or a resource for you to learn how to protect your mental and emotional well-being. I'll never stop, okay? So the bottom line is this, queens, and I'm going to wrap this one up. Stop focusing on being made happy. Stop focusing on it. You don't need to focus on being made happy. What you should do instead is start doing the making yourself happy, okay? Don't be made, make yourself. And that's all I have to say, okay? So I hope that one bopped y'all over the head. Now, sometimes I unintentionally be bopping y'all over the head. It just come, it don't even be planned, but today it was planned, okay? I meant to bop y'all over the head. And the reason is because I really genuinely, truly, from the bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul, I really want you queens to understand that you have the power to make yourself happy. You have the power to put a smile on your face. You have the power to go out and get what it is that you want. You have the power to wake up every morning to a life that you love and want for nothing. You have the power to do that. That could be your story. I promise you, without anyone giving it to you, you can do it on your own. I want you guys to know that. I want you to understand that and start taking action to move yourself in that direction, okay? You do not have to wait for permission mission, and you do not have to wait for someone to give it to you, okay? With that being said, Queens, that's all I have for you guys today. I love you, Queens, so much. If you want more motivation, you can head on over to the All Queens Army YouTube channel and subscribe. I drop videos there every Tuesday, so make sure you subscribe. You can also head over to the All Queens Army website and read the motivational blogs. The blogs drop on Thursday. All three platforms, the podcast, the YouTube channel, and the blog, have different motivational topics every single week, okay? So if you want to eat on some more motivation, I got 2 other platforms for y'all, okay? All right, Queens, I love y'all so much. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram at All Queens Army. I will talk to you guys next week. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.